It's not fair. So, yeah, the estrogen levels are declining in perimenopause. And there really is like a vast difference between becoming a woman and becoming a witch.
Wax on, wax off.
Cigarettes.
Excellent.
Hello and welcome, Midlifers. We are your hosts, Bon
And Miss.
And this is your weekly podcast where it's not self-help, but more help yourself to a smorgasbord of laughter, nostalgia, and a deep dive into the past.
Welcome, listeners, to the shambles that is our life. Just to let you know, we've recorded this intro. This is the third go, but we'll get there. This week, we are going to start off with our rant and rave. We're talking TikTok, not tick. What did you say?
Titnock.
Titnock. That's what I said previously. Then and now, puberty versus perimenopause. And once again, we'll have a few words to say about this. And who did a better battle? Great 80s teenage movie versus 90s teenage movie. Breakfast Club versus Clueless.
So let's jump in.
Yeehaw!
Rant,
Rant or rave.
Yeah. So today we are ranting and or raving TikTok from a midlifer perspective.
Yes, which is us. And so
Yeah.
let's
Gosh.
talk about it.
Yes. So look, you use TikTok more than I do.
Yeah.
Explain your journey.
Well, I will tell you this. If it wasn't for us doing our socials, I don't think I would have continued to venture into it because it is different than Instagram. And when you first go into it, you're bombarded by teenagers lip syncing and you're thinking, what the F is this all about?
Yeah.
But then eventually the algorithm picks up that you're middle-aged and it'll start showing you other people because there are actually people our age on there.
Yeah.
I think the majority of us are on Insta, but there is an audience growing
Okay.
for us on there. So that's
All
good.
Hobbling over.
We are hobbling over the hashtag over 40s. You'll find us there. And I'm going to start off with a little rave I have about it.
Okay.
So what I like about it is it's a bit more raw and real than Instagram. So Instagram, if you look into someone's page, it's very aesthetic. It's very pretty, packaged up. Whereas TikTok is all about, especially for a business, behind the scenes, the story behind it, a lot of video diary entries.
It's more authentic.
Yeah.
And it's about, I'm finding the journey rather than the end product.
Yes. Instagram's the end, TikTok's the journey.
And this does not work well for me as
Okay.
I am an overachiever and an overthinker.
Ah.
And I just can't go viral on TikTok.
Oh.
I can go viral on Instagram, but
Yeah.
that's through thinking.
Yeah.
TikTok, it's raw.
Yeah. No,
And it's honest
Yeah.
and opinions and face to camera.
yeah. And not fully edited. It can
No.
sometimes just all be in one shot. Yeah, it's as I said, a bit more raw, and that's what I like about it.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
great. But I do love the rabbit holes you can go down on TikTok. So what I've been doing, I watch someone either ranting or saying gossip, and then there's like a blue bolded keyword. You click on it and you look at previous videos on it or just a bit of context around it so you can really rabbit hole what that person was saying.
That's cool.
I like that.
That's cool, but bad at the same time because then it means you spent hours.
I know, looking at someone's argument.
I know.
It's terrible.
What have you got one?
I've got it's less moderate and it's looser. So you're allowed to swear on it and have songs that are bit more naughty.
Yes, I've seen this because some of the songs that are on offer on TikTok aren't on offer on Instagram and you have a few swear words. So sometimes you're just feeling a bit like angry or whatever.
Yeah.
You can vent it and let loose a bit more on TikTok.
Yeah, and the songs are a bit more funnier on TikTok as well.
So I like that.
And also TikTok's all about the short form content.
Yeah.
So you don't put long form on it or people just short attention spans scroll past it.
That's weird because some people do have their talk to camera that go on for a few minutes.
I
don't know.
It's a storyteller. I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
Mez, I'm not for TikTok.
But I'm just saying, I'm not, even though I'm getting to know TikTok, it's not as if I'm very good at creating viral content.
Yeah,
but
there's not like one size fits all.
no.
Like, it's just, I remember your son put something up on TikTok and it was just a picture with some words and he got 192 likes. And here I am still editing a week later trying to put something on TikTok for 5 likes. I'm like, how?
I don't know. I think you just got to have a bit of fun with it.
Yeah.
My rant about it is how because things go viral quickly.
Yeah.
If there's a new trend,
Yeah.
it'll go nuts, and then everyone jumps on board. And after 1 week, the trend is oversaturated, and you're done with it, and then it gets dropped like a hot potato.
Or it gets onto TikTok,
Instagram.
Instagram. We're like, oh, this is new.
It filters over. I know. And instead. So, yeah, and it's weird because sometimes you want to enjoy a trend,
Yeah.
but it just gets so oversaturated and everyone's over it within a
Yeah,
week. So that's
absolutely.
why there is so many trending things, because
people just want to jump on board.
yes, yeah.
But also, look, another rant I have about TikTok is like the dancing.
Yeah.
And I suppose it was more when TikTok first started and how it created famous people like Addison Rae and Charlie D'Amelio.
Okay.
And they just
Dance. Yeah.
there's no talent behind it.
No.
You know, and people go viral lip syncing movies,
Yeah.
and they're just looking at the camera going, and they go viral.
Yeah.
And again, I'm a week in editing a video for 5 likes.
Yes. But I feel like it's starting to move past that.
Life is infiltrating.
And then
Let me show you how it's done.
we're like, that is not content.
As a scroller,
Yeah.
you really need to be a conscious and critical thinker.
Mm.
Don't believe everything that you see. You got to take things with a grain of salt. So if someone's dropping some tea, spilling some tea
Yeah.
about someone, like you can't believe it straight away. You got to, again, rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Dive into the rabbit hole, and because there's always 2 sides to every story.
Yeah, but it's the same on all social media.
Yeah.
Maybe TikTok's got more gossip.
I don't know. I
suppose.
find TikTok spills more tea.
Okay. Just like you did.
Just like I spill the tea. That's why I keep saying spill the tea, because I physically did it. All right.
What do you got? I've got a really rave the cool filters.
Oh.
Yes. Like the one that we did with the Take On Me by AHA.
Yeah. Yes.
We made us like the film clip, that we struggled
was-
to use. But it's got a lot of really cool filters and fun things to play with, I find, more than Instagram, that sort of thing.
Do you
So
know what I
fun.
rave?
Mhm.
The singing coaches on TikTok who have their pages, and it makes me feel like I can sing.
I know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's where's your yeah. We do that throughout your house. Yes. And the algorithm picks up, then all of a sudden you have all these
yeah, yeah.
singing coaches. Because I was saying before about the things that go viral.
Yeah.
And things do go viral there, like full on.
Mm.
But then people see it and go, oh, I like that viral video. I will copy it. So I find there's a lot more copies of it. So as soon as you like one person do something, it's like, cool. Then all of a sudden the algorithm goes, oh, you like that. Then you'll see 100 other people who have done it, and you don't know which one's the original one.
Oh.
So, yeah, any good idea, it's copied to the max. And that's what I find annoying. It's like, it's not, you'll have one original person, then
So your
1,000
stuff's
people.
stolen.
Yes, very easily. And there's one trend as well where it will have a 2-screen and it will show the original video, which is very funny. And then the other screen, the person who's posting it is just pointing and like silently laughing, going, oh, look how funny this is. But they get the like.
Or even they split the screen,
Yes.
and one side is the good content,
Yes.
and the other side is just of people making things.
Yes.
And then I fall for it because I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, how's this being made?
Yeah.
What's this story? And I get sucked in like, maybe I should do that. Just
Yeah. But I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it because it's like,
no,
no.
it's so embarrassing. I'm more
Yes.
than this.
Yeah, I am more than this. I can bring more to the
Yeah.
table, even if no one watches it.
All right, Mez, rant or rave? TikTok.
I'm going to rave it.
Yeah, I'm going to rave it too, just to bridge the generation gap. And
We're coming for you, kids.
so now we're discussing 2 things that involve estrogen. All right. Puberty and perimenopause. So we're going to dive back into memory lane and think about when estrogen started developing in our bodies. And, we had our breasts grow and hair grow under our armpits and other nether regions. We had moody and had acne, but also hormones were surging and things were exciting. Like this was like a beginning of becoming a woman.
Yeah.
Like estrogen is the sex hormone and is associated with reproduction development. And, you're just making friends, being social, having the hots for people. There's perimenopause with estrogen dies.
We're on the other side.
Dies.
We're heading into barren land.
Hairs growing on my mustache and my chin.
That's what I had about the hairs, because I forgot about the underarm hair, because I remember discovering underarm hair. I was like, that's a bit weird. And I think I remember actually in the bus. Well, I think we were
it was at primary school,
yeah.
And we asked ourselves, "Are you getting hair under your armpits?" Like, yeah. I
remember on one of the sports. I think we're playing basketball or something, and everyone was comparing the underarm hair. I'm like, oh, we're all growing underarm hair. That's unusual. And now it's like, on the chin. I've got some on my neck. And
yeah, I've got some on my neck too.
Yeah,
it's not fair. So the estrogen levels are declining in perimenopause, and there really is like a vast difference between becoming a woman. Becoming a witch.
All right, let's go into then puberty.
All right, it's like I said before, Mez. It's a beginning of something. You're beginning to be a woman. You're beginning the next phase. You're becoming fertile.
Yeah, it was exciting, like you said, which I sort of had forgotten. But it's true.
And also with my parents, and they're like, oh, you're becoming a woman. And now going through perimenopause, my parents are like, you go through the change of life. And I don't want them to see me go through this change of life.
Really?
Because it's not exciting anymore. Yeah. It's like, oh, our daughter's getting old. Whereas before it's like, you're a woman. Now it's like, oh, geez.
Yeah, I suppose there's no excitement about
No. The only excitement is for us not having a period.
100%.
That's it.
Yes. Not the rest that comes with it. But it's funny because, I couldn't wait to, grow boobs and become a woman and everything like that. And I liked how your parents were a bit, because my mum sort of was the only one that talked to me about that sort of thing. But your parents more open with you and
very open,
very excited and celebrating it.
Yes.
But I'm just thinking about the knowledge, because obviously those were the days pre-Google and that sort of thing. Yeah. So the only way we'd find out about it, like the random classes that you would have at school, but it's mainly through Dolly magazine and Girlfriend magazine.
So like you said, my parents especially my mum, really educated me.
Okay.
Because she didn't want me to be scared when it all happened. I suppose it's all learned from past experience.
Yeah.
So I learned from my mum.
Yep. That's nice.
Yeah. And in Greek culture, when you get your period, you get slapped in the face. Oh. So I remember I got my period at school camp.
Yeah, yes.
And I go home, I get off the bus and look at my mum, I got my period.
Thanks.
Thanks, Mum. At least you don't get a slap on the face when you lose your period. I slap myself in the face.
I don't need it. It's struggling enough as it is.
Yeah.
No, because I had the basics from my mum, but it's all the rest of the stuff that goes with it. I knew sort of about periods, but the rest, your body's supposed to change, but it really just looks so alien. It's not pretty as it.
Yeah, as it forms.
Yeah, as it forms, all lumpy and bumpy, and then you're so self-conscious of everything. Yeah. And then the pimples started coming in, and I've still got them. I haven't stopped that.
Started again.
Yes, the hormone. Oh, my God. But back in those days, the only sort of pimple was Clearasil. Do you remember Clearasil?
Yeah, I remember Clearasil.
The orange putty.
I never used it.
Oh, it had this very distinct smell, because even my older brother used it. But it was like orangey cream putty that you put. It's like almost just to cover it.
Oh,
I don't know whether it had any benefits.
But now the kids have pimple patches. You put a smiley face on your face.
Yeah. My daughter wears them to school because she wears the sort of ones that are skin coloured. So you sort of don't really notice until you're up close and but they're pimple patches. Look,
I've got some inside with smiley faces and stars on. I'm like, people wear these out with confidence.
That was me. I have them all over my face.
Like my two-year-old when I put stickers everywhere.
But so when did you first start noticing sort of the perimenopause symptoms?
This year actually, but more specifically last week, Miss. And it has been a roller coaster of emotions, and it's like a hot flash. With a hot flash, you feel the fire inside you. Mm-hmm. And that was my emotions. And I was trying to explain to my parents because I was getting very angry at them for no reason. So my body had the anger, but my head had the thing. This isn't right.
Yeah.
It felt hormonal.
Yeah.
And Dad's like, just take a walk away. I go, Dad, if I walk away, I'm not coming back. So it's just a lot of anger, and then out of nowhere, I'll just start crying. My husband's patting me. Are you all right? There's something going on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to book in to see a doctor because it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And the hot flat, like I'm hot now.
Yeah.
Like it's just, don't like it. It's the beginning of the end, Mez. So yeah, like with the estrogen levels declining, as opposed to growing and grow breasts, our vaginas can start to shrink.
I did not know this.
This I learned thanks to Instagram college. The estrogen makes your vagina shrivel away like a little prune. And then you get the dryness, loss of sex drive, and
The end.
Book
is shut. Legs are shut. That's it. For me, like the sort of hot flashes, I feel like it just sort of started last year. But it's weird. I find that because I'm always generally cold. My husband's hot and I'm cold. And all of a sudden, like, you know, I'd be like saying, oh, open the window and that sort of thing. Like, oh, it's a bit unusual for me. I haven't had too many where it's like been all of a sudden. It's more that like for a few days, I'm just abnormally hot.
Yeah.
And when I'm here, maybe you're rubbing off me. I don't know. But when we're both usually starting, I've noticed we started to start fanning ourselves off after the show.
I've noticed also when picking my son up from school, and everyone's in a jumper and I'm in a singlet top, and I'm like, bring on the breeze. And like my parent last week goes, oh, I'm so cold. I'm not. I'm not cold.
Boiling. But I did notice, which I talked about previously, about the itchy scalp.
Yeah.
Like I really thought I had nits, but it's a symptom of perimenopause.
I've been having headaches.
Oh, okay.
Extra strength headaches right before my period.
Yeah.
And it's so intense and they go away after I get it. I never really had that before. It's awful. We're becoming unsexy, unappealing, and crazy. I am anyway. I've lost the plot. But, you know, like in puberty, you know, you're growing and you make new friends to go to parties with. Now in perimenopause, I'm selective with making friends because I am conscious of who I want to show my crazy to.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm just selective because I couldn't be effed.
Oh, I don't want people to see all of me. I'm nuts. Puberty, I don't know if it's just because we're looking back on it. We can romanticize it a bit or see it was a bit easier.
It's everything that comes with it is tough. It's a teenager's tough.
Change is tough.
Yes, it is. It is. And you're sort of becoming your own person rather than, you know, just your parents' kid. But I was excited about all the growth changes.
Yeah.
This, I don't know, I feel like once maybe we go through it and to the other side,
we'll look back on it.
We'll look back and like that next phase of our life, our barren phase and our shriveled vagina phase, might actually be, this is cool.
I look forward to that. I want to embrace that.
Yeah.
It's so funny because when I was going through puberty, I didn't want it.
Oh,
I didn't want my period. I didn't want my boobs to grow, and I was one of the first girls to grow boobs. But now perimenopause, I'm so excited for it, as in to get through perimenopause to reach menopause. Yeah. I'm excited for that next phase.
So there you go. It's just the ride in between is shit.
Hey, 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 hey. Ooh.
Yeah. That was our Breakfast Club rendition.
Who did it better battle today is Breakfast Club from 1985 versus Clueless from 1995.
Oh, it's 10 years. There you go.
So, are we going to start with Breakfast Club?
Let's go. John Hughes production. And it's about a group of misfits teenagers having detention on a Saturday day in the library. And let's go with the lead actors.
Mm-hmm.
The main ones I didn't know all of the names. I knew obviously Molly Ringwald, who was a huge 80s star.
Yep.
Judd Nelson,
Mm-hmm.
Emilio Estevez.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the other.
Anthony Michael Hall played
That's-
Brian,
yep.
known as the Brain.
Yep.
Funny how Brian and Brain. Ali Sheedy played Alison, who was known as the Basket Case. And so the tag for it was they only met once, but it changed their lives forever.
Yeah.
And with all teenage movies, it's all about different cliques coming together.
Yeah. Breaking
And-
down the barriers.
Yeah, and finding middle ground when they let go of who they think they are meant to be
Yeah.
and actually becoming who they are and
Yeah.
showing their vulnerabilities.
That's what I had. The scenes of vulnerability were really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you know
Yeah.
John Hughes wrote this screenplay in 2 days?
No way.
2 days.
Wow.
But also what's great about John Hughes, especially during this film, he was very receptive to the actors. So if they gave him suggestions,
Mhm.
he listened. For example, Ali Sheedy, you know when they made all their lunches?
Yep.
She suggested that she put cereal in her sandwich for that crunch sound effect. She also suggested that Molly Ringwald's character, Claire, have sushi because it was seen as more of a luxury
Yeah.
item rather than a salad.
Yeah. It's very good.
Yeah,
The
so
sushi did
he
stand out.
listened to Ali Sheedy.
Very good.
Yeah.
I like your suggestions, Ali. And also what I like about this, you've got the teacher. Yes.
Mr. Richard Vernon.
Mr.
Dick.
Vernon.
Remember Judd Nelson or John called him Dick?
Dick, yeah.
Wasn't he a dick?
I hate that nickname for Richard.
I know it's
not nice.
It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate to all the dicks out there. And the great scene with him and Judd Nelson where they're
Yes,
Um,
and it escalated.
to the detention and everything.
More. Make
Yep.
it more. 2 weeks. Make it 3 weeks. Make it a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, going as a teacher, if you had been at a high school and had a smart ass like that, how would you have
I
handled it?
wouldn't teach at all.
Okay.
I stuck to grade prep.
Yeah.
No, but I suppose like from a teacher's perspective, and this is a different teacher, as in he was an 80s teacher where things were different back then.
Yeah.
And being an authoritarian was different, whereas now as teachers we're more
Try to work,
receptive.
yeah.
So now we've been listening to it and go, what's happening at home?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Whereas
Tell me your emotions.
before it's just laid down the
Before it's
law.
like you either listen
Yep.
or you go to detention.
Yeah.
And they didn't like that, these kids. So they all spent detention together, 9 hours together, where they had to write a 1,000-word essay about who they think they are.
Mhm.
And through the course of that detention, even to when they smoked a joint together.
Yes. Yeah, I love
it's
that scene.
like being open changes who you are. Yeah.
But I did love the scenes of vulnerability. So, which I think things sort of kicked off with the joint smoking and everything like that. But I love that scene with Emilio Estevez. You know when he does this aggressive dancing?
yes.
It's so 80s. And he's like, he's got testosterone. But the best one is obviously where they actually talk about what got them here for
Yeah.
detention and they open up and yeah, just really great. Great acting, great writing.
Yeah, it was great. And it had some really good quotes in it. For some reason, always in my head is like, answer the question, Claire.
Yes.
That's the one that's stuck in my head. But yeah, it's just basically teenagers, they feel misunderstood. They feel misunderstood by their parents, by their teachers, and they're just trying to fit in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the Breakfast Club.
So some of our great scenes, smoking pot when they're running in the hallways to look for the pot.
Yeah.
And then John, like he knows that teacher's coming, says like, I'll cop it. So you
Yeah.
guys run and whatever. He's in the basketball court. Goes to throw the basketball at teacher and teacher's like flinches. Very good. And obviously at the end where him and Claire, have the kiss at the end and then he's walking through the field and he finishes with the hand up in the air. Great finish.
Yeah.
Great song.
Excellent.
Simple Minds.
Now we're going to
10 years down the
fast
track.
forward.
Mhm.
All right, Clueless.
Yes.
The tag for it was sex, clothes, popularity. Is there a problem here?
Okay.
I should do it in an accent,
Yeah.
but is there a problem?
Is there a problem? New York accent.
What's your problem? And this is why teenagers do not connect.
All right. So actors here. Alicia Silverstone as Cher.
Yeah.
Even though I'm trying to say Cher. And Paul Rudd.
As Josh.
And this is the first time I saw him I got introduced to him.
Yeah, yeah.
And he still looks the same.
He looks the same.
He's so cute in it. So cute. And they're both very cute, funny,
Yeah, very cute,
charming.
innocent.
Yeah, and that's what, obviously, because she's very rich, and it makes fun of the ludicrousness of the richness.
Yes.
But the cuteness and a bit of naivety makes her endearing rather than making her being a spoilt rich
An
bitch.
enemy.
Yes,
Yeah, definitely. And so also Brittany Murphy was in it, who's Thai. She had the makeover. So she became the geek to the most popular girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Breckin Meyer, who played Travis, the skater boy. I loved him.
Yeah.
If you watch Scrubs, it had Donald Faison in it, who played Murray.
Yep, that's from the braces.
And he, shaving the head in the party. Your mother's going to kill you, or I'm going to tell your mother. And Stacey Dash, who played Dion.
Yeah.
Again, just like Breakfast Club, this is based on cliques. A social hierarchy.
Yeah.
And how money kind of meant things.
Yeah, especially
in
that
LA.
area, in Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills.
Yes.
So, and what I loved, Mez, was when she was introducing all the social cliques.
Yes, yep.
And so there were the Lana's group, who were the AV group.
That's us, yeah.
There were the Stoners, the Popular Boys, and they also talked about the Mafia. They called, now it was a bit racist, but they called them the Persian Mafia.
Okay.
But I know in Melbourne it'd be the Italian Mafia.
Yeah. Let's talk about the makeover because of Ty, because also in the Breakfast Club you had the makeover. Molly,
yes, Ali Sheedy.
Sheedy's, which one was
Alison.
She did not good. She looked better before makeover,
Yeah,
I thought. Yeah, this makeover was fun, and even when they got Cher ready for her date with Christian, it's a lot of fun.
It's just fun, isn't it?
Fun, and it's funny. This movie.
Yeah. But also in this movie, virginity was kind of played on or talked about or laughed about. So Ty said, Cher, you're a virgin. And wait for my Academy Award here for my acting.
Right.
And Cher said, you say that like it's a bad thing. And then Ty gets back at her and she goes, you're a virgin who can't drive. And threw it in her face.
Yes.
Like, why is virginity bad? But that's what people talk about, teenagers talk about at school.
Yeah. One thing we must mention is the fashion in this. The fashion. And like her tartan yellow
suit
ensemble is still actually, it's classic.
It's come back.
It's come back, but the knee-high socks and everything.
It is.
But it's still great fashion. It's a lot of fun.
It was a breakthrough. It was a breakthrough teenage movie.
Yeah.
I've got a fun fact for you, Miz.
Yes.
Did you know during filming, Paul Rudd was mugged and had his own backpack stolen? Inside the backpack was the script.
Oh, serious?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yep.
I like that fact.
How's that?
That is good. Not good for him.
No,
but
he would have felt awful.
Yeah.
His beautiful young face.
I look after you, Paul Rudd. Actually, can I talk about the music in this one? I love the songs.
Go on.
You know when they go to the party and got the Mighty Mighty Boss Stones?
Oh, yeah. They played at the prom, didn't they?
No, it was a party that they went to.
Oh, okay. But they actually played.
At the prom as well?
Yeah. Not the prom, the party.
Yeah, the party.
They played.
Yeah. That was it. I know that was them on stage. Yes. We're talking about the same thing.
Oh, jeez. Also, rolling with
the homies. Yes.
And
Murphy. Kim Wilde, Kids of America. That's how it starts with. And the scene, which is a scene that I love, cinematography-wise, of Cher when she's trying to figure out her emotions, why she's angry about Ty, and she's walking in the front of the fountain and has Celine Dion all by myself, and then she's like, oh my gosh, I love Josh, and the fountain goes off, and it's like, so I love those little songs.
What was good about watching it back then is we didn't realise how weird it was that she hooked up with her stepbrother.
Yeah.
It's very Emma, because this is based off Emma from Jane Austen. And it's that's what happened back in Emma's day. But nowadays, you were living under the same roof.
Yeah, but depends, because I don't know how many times
I hooked up with my stepbrother.
No. That sort of rich thing, they may marry for money for a little bit.
He had several ex-wives.
So there you go. So, if you're only related for 2 years, it's like, yeah, it's cool.
It's all right, it flies. It flies. Mez.
Yes.
Who did it better, Clueless or The Breakfast Club?
I must declare it a draw.
I like
They are both too good. I could watch them on repeat and they stand the test of time. Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good response. I'm going to say a drawer as well.
Yay.
Just to make my life easier.
Hey, 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 hey. Thank you, everyone, for joining in.
It's been a whole lot of fun, and we hope you had a whole lot of fun too. Share us with your friends. Not physically, but our podcast. Share our podcast with your friends.
One's just going to go have a lie down or a shot of vodka or something. We'll see you next week.
Bye.